Okay, yeah. Shall we get started?
Let's do it.
Oh, I still see Net Capital Team. Let's make a quick edit there, which is not too bad, but let's do this the proper way. That's better. And then we have Q&A. Boom, boom, boom. Cool. Awesome. And then let's go ahead and kick things off. Everybody excited?
Yay.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Awesome. Awesome. Let's go ahead and do it. All right. Starting in 3, 2, and 1. Hello, everyone. I'm Eric Cox. I'm a member of the Net Capital team. Super excited about this live Q&A and webinar. Let's allow 1 minute for folks to trickle in. So let's go on 1 minute, please. Awesome. As folks are coming in, feel free to engage with the Q&A or the chat feature in Zoom. We'll love to hear where you're calling in from, maybe what enticed you to join us today, but come on in, you can even just do a quick, hey, Eric, all of that is welcome. Fantastic. And it is still just ticking up and away. Getting folks say that looks like chat is disabled. But I just got, oh yeah, that's all live Q&A. So let's see what's going on with chat here.
Gotta love the live.
Yeah.
Nothing like live.
Nothing like it. Nothing like it. It's actually okay that chat is disabled. I'm not sure exactly why, but we did want to encourage folks to use Q&A anyways. A lot easier to check the questions as they come in, and we do want to keep this interactive. So let's focus in on Q&A. Looks like folks, oh, Southwest Florida, Cape Coral. All right. Oh, a little bit of Vermont. That's fun. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and get started. Few quick housekeeping items. So, welcome again. Today, I'm so excited to welcome Seymour Signet and the rest of the Magfast team. As always, this company is actively raising capital on the Net Capital platform. So you can go ahead and check that out at netcapital.com/companies/Magfast, or you can go to netcapital.com and search Magfast, or you could do yourself a favor and just click this link that I'm adding into chat right now. And you'll be able to see that as well. And this is for everyone, copy, paste, boom. So you can click that direct link and it goes to the offering page where you can learn more about the Magfast investment opportunity. And if you're so inclined, you could hit that invest button. So with all that being said, quick housekeeping, please do use the Q&A feature built into Zoom. We do want to keep this super interactive and engaging. So if you have any thoughts or questions, hop in there or even a quick hello. And that way we can get to as many of the questions as possible. With that being said, I know we have a couple of folks on the line, not the least of which is CEO of Magfast, Seymour. Seymour, you look like you're living the dream over there. What's going on?
Yes, it's a very relaxed approach we take to business here at Magfast. No, look, we have, you can see I and Michael there with the palm trees waving behind him, and Rex with the beautiful Golden Gate Bridge behind him. We have a huge launch coming up actually on March the 30th, and it's a brand new product. We're not revealing what it is yet today. We'd love to give you the exclusive, Eric, but we're going to be revealing it on March the 30th at a big online event. So we're doing a little raise now. This is the last chance to invest before, and our launches tend to go quite well. We'll talk about that in the next few minutes. But let me just put a slide up. I've got a clever thing here that shows. Yeah. So March the 30th is the big date. We're calling the event We Love Travel. It's our big We Love Travel event. And it's the launch, as I said, of a major new product. And we think there's a lot of reasons to love what we're going to be doing. We can put a couple of them up on the screen. Is my build working properly here? yeah, a whole bunch of reasons to be excited about what we're launching. We think this is one of the most beautiful and Instagrammable products that we've ever created, and also for investors, we think investors are going to like it as well, because this product has probably the best percentage margins, definitely the best dollar margins of anything that we've ever approached. Approached before. So that's coming up on March the 30th. I just wanted to say, I appreciate that. Today's all about talking about the company, but I think investors would appreciate that if you've got a huge product launch coming up, it would be marketing malpractice not to mention it when you're in front of such an esteemed audience. And guys, I think if folks get on whether or not you choose to invest in Magfast right now, if you get on the list, the follow list or whatever, Net Capital will give us your details, right? We'll give the email address. And just by registering to be in the thing, I still can't believe we're doing this. We're giving away 250,000 air miles to someone on March the 30th at the event as a kind of promotion to get people there. So that's why we're all against. That's why we've all got these travel backgrounds behind us at the moment. It's because of the big We Love Travel launch coming up soon. Yeah.
That's super, super exciting. I will be joining you on a beach background in just a moment here. Now that I know about the good news with the rest of you folks, how exciting. Make sure you subscribe, make sure the information is there so you're available to be the first to know on that update on the 30th. And yeah, back to you. Looks like there's more graphics coming in, Seymour.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I know you've got some, some questions building up. We did, first of all, on our Net Capital page, there's a replay of the big presentation, we got fantastic kind of feedback, so sentiment. People loved it in the chat, which I think was a week ago today on March the 9th. And you've joined us on
Michael, actually.
So sorry, Rex?
I said he's joined Michael.
He's on my beach.
You could have come to San Francisco, but he chose to go to Michael's beach instead. So
well, when you see the options, yeah. As soon as I thought I was going to time travel, I figured I would join Michael on the corner with the beautiful breeze. So no disrespect to you, Rex.
So for anyone who's interested, if you go to our page on Net Capital and click the video, you can see like the full presentation that we just gave the other day. You may want to have some sandwiches. It was a full on affair. I think at the end I counted there were 269 slides. You'll be glad to know that I've pared them down to just. But what I did do is I brought a couple of them over here that I thought might be useful for this. Would that be suitable, Eric?
Absolutely, yeah. Let's go ahead and get started then. So I'd love to kind of table stakes here. Can you give us a brief overview of the company of Magfast?
Yeah, sure. Let me just do the better type of. Am I allowed to do a screen share here?
Oh yeah, feel free.
If I do that, do you get the slide kind of nice and big?
We do, yep.
You get the slide nice and big? Yeah, so I just wanted to talk quickly about what is Magfast. What happened was that a few years ago, we spotted there was an opportunity in the mobile charging market. So the market for all the mobile devices, the iPads, mostly smartphones, but all of these USB devices that we carry around. And we felt there was an opportunity to change charging for good because most of the products in the category aren't very good. And we invented the system that we call Snap to Charge, and it's super simple. It involves taking any two products in the range, and they have these incredibly powerful small micro magnets built into them. And in fact, if I just unshare for just a second, I'll show it to you. I'll show it to you right here. So here's our everyday charger called Magfast Life. It's the one it's got, you can charge wirelessly. You put your phone straight on, you turn it on, press, touch it on the front. I don't know if you can see the LED lights have just come on. Place your phone on there, and you didn't hear it, but I felt the vibration immediately started charging. There's a tiny built-in cable that's not intended for everyday use, but to get you out in a pinch. But the beauty is that all of the products snap together magnetically. So this, if this isn't full of charge, it's just a paperweight, and that tends to be the problem with chargers a lot of the time. So we made them super easy. So here's the product in development Magfast wall. You can see it just plugs into your wall outlet. Want to charge it, you just bring it back and stick it on like that, or stick it on kind of underneath. And so this snap to charge thing just makes it super convenient. Here's another of our products Magfast Air. I'll show you a little more about this in just a second. But you can take Life and just snap it right on the back like this. and immediately you could, this will power this. And the big beast that everybody's very, very excited about is Magfast Extreme. This thing is so powerful it can actually jumpstart your car. I'll show you a little bit more about that in just a second. Rex, you once did a live stream for us with an Extreme. We did this is a few months ago. we did a big live stream. We put Rex in a car park somewhere or other with a rental car and an Extreme. And and so his job was to stand there and just start it over and over again. And you disconnected the 12-volt battery, right? Completely, Rex?
It was gripping television. I think everyone thought it was possibly the best thing they've ever seen. But yes, we took out the 12-volt battery from the front of the car and then took one Magfast Extreme, which was fully charged before we started, and we cranked that engine to restart it, as if jump starting the car. We did that on the first occasion. We did it 88 times. If I remember correctly.
88 consent. So this is now, there are obviously dedicated products. There are dedicated products for jump starting cars, but this is a friendly charger you can have lying in your kitchen. You can wirelessly charge 3 products simultaneously. So we just decided to approach the whole charging kind of industry in a slightly different way. So just quickly go through the main products. I showed you Magfast Wall just now, which is in final development at the moment. Magfast Life, which I also showed you just now, is fully developed, fits in the palm. It just feels so fantastic in your hand as well. Extreme is the beast to kind of jump starts your car like crazy. Magfast Air, I showed you just there, and we have a couple of others in development as well. And again, in the arena, Eric, with apologies, but it would be marketing malpractice not to. We've got a little video about Air, and anybody who invests at the moment is going to get a limited edition Air. So we thought it would be kind of bonkers not to show the video. Let me just make sure that I'm sharing in the way that gives you good sound. Let's turn on the good sound here. And am I back showing you Air now?
Yes.
Full screen. Okay. So let's roll the video. This is the all-new Investors Limited Edition Magfast Air in premium piano black. Beautiful glossy contours enclose a powerful dual-coil, Qi-certified premium wireless charging system for all your Android, Apple, and other devices. Place one horizontally or vertically, and instantly our induction system communicates with it to maximize power delivery and ensure a safe, fast charge. Designed for lifetime durability and fun, this stand doesn't fold down or flip out. It snaps firmly, magnetically, and fast. Magfast, both onto the back for simple storage and underneath to stand on your desk or countertop. Air's precision geometry is calibrated to position your devices at a perfect 69-degree viewing angle to maximize your productivity. By now, you already have many micro USB cables like this, but the future is USB-C like this, so Air accepts either when you want to power it by itself. And of course, we plant a tree for every Magfast charger. Available neither in stores nor online, numbered limited edition Air in piano black is available only for a limited time as your gift when you'll invest $1,000 or more in Magfast. Invest $2,000 and you'll receive both piano black and alpine white limited editions in this beautiful boxed set. Visit invest.magfast.com now and invest in Magfast. Okay. So, Eric, we need to underline that investing in startups is not for everybody, and you should invest if you think it's a good investment. This is just a little gift to go along, and it should in no way sway any investment decision. But we love our investors, and we always try to do kind of a little something special. So, what we tried to do along the way is to develop a kind of permanent value in the company with some features that nobody else has. One of them, I hope you can see this on the screen here, is called LED-licious. You might have seen it when I was holding the physical product up a minute ago, but on screen here you can see, rather than, I don't know about anybody else, but with most products, they have LEDs, and you never know what the LEDs kind of mean. So we've tried to have a system here. I hope you can kind of feel intuitively that the one on the left here, if you look in the lower corner, it's kind of clearly pulsing. It's sending some power out through port number 10, right? Because it has different ways of getting power out. Port number 10 happens to be the top, where it is now charging another Magfast product, which is the one we're developing, which is still many months off, but we're developing for the Apple Watch called Magfast Air. And you can see that the one on the right called Magfast Time, you can see that the LEDs are indicating I am filling up with charge at the moment. So LED lit is just one of the special kind of touches that we're introducing to all of our products. Another one is that if you look at all of our products, all of our chargers, is that on the back they look something like this. Is the back of the product. They look something like this. And if we zoom in, this thing here on the back, which is essentially a QR code with kind of brought to life, now gives you kind of instant access to a referral program and to an product owner's dashboard and information and tips and warranty. Lost and found, we even have a built-in lost and found program and a bunch of things like that, recycling information and a certificate of authenticity. We call it Magfast Fingerprint, which gives security and service, and we've even got a kind of a trademark on fingerprint as well. Now, the products I've shown you so far have taken longer than we expected to develop. 3 of them are now shipping. We're ramping up the quantities. So one of the things we've prided on actually is service and customer service, because if you check us out online, our reputation online is fantastic, which is not normally what happens when you get tens of thousands of customers and then things take longer than expected. And so we really, really work on customer care and looking after people. Just to give some idea of the kind of sizes of markets we're in, the new one that we're just going into, and I'm going to show you a little bit about now, is the USB cable market, which is growing at an incredible clip. You can see here. So this is just one of the markets we're in, but it's on a tear from 12 to 54 billion, according to the Allied Market Research folks. That's a very, very fast growth. But again, raise your hand if you have a USB cable that you love. Very few hands go up at this point. So we decided, well, what if we just created the best smartphone cable, like just the best one? What if we said, you're going to have to pay for it, but we can make something that's just better than all of the junk you've got filling up your drawers? And last year we introduced Magfast Lux. It's a USB-C to USB-C, which is the future, which is the cable that's needed for the future. We also do a C to Lightning for Apple devices. And after the challenges we'd had shipping the more complex products that I already showed you, we really, really hit our marks out of the gate with this. We announced it in April for the first time to investors. We then launched it on Indiegogo. On August the 1st, we did $500,000, $500,000 launch in a day on Indiegogo for this product. We promised it for October and December, and wound up delivering to a much larger than expected quantity in October and November. Of course, there were 1 or 2 outliers, that got lost in the post. You'll find someone who, but I think out of, what was it, Rex, 5,500 folks supported us, something like that on Indiegogo. And yes. And we're really just super, super thrilled. Lux shipped on time. And here's the kicker. It's now America's highest rated smartphone cable. Let me say that again. It is now America's highest rated smartphone cable, 4.9 stars on Amazon and Trustpilot and Google reviews. And I hope you can kind of feel it from the way we show up in the world. But a lot of companies mess with reviews, fake reviews, buy reviews. Every single one of these reviews is absolutely, I'm actually getting goosebumps because I'm so proud of it. Like, every single one of these reviews is genuinely someone in our community reporting on us. And we thought it'd be fun. Here's the actual page on Amazon showing the 4.9 stars. Let me just pull up a couple of reviews real quickly. Marie, if I click again, will she come up on screen? Here she comes. Right. So Marie, verified purchaser on Amazon. Super fast charging. I finally took the plunge and ordered this cord, and it easily blows all others out of the water. And my boys, her sons presumably, are both begging me for one now. I guess we know what to get them for birthdays this year. If there is so much thought put into this simple item, I can't wait to see the rest, which is a really important point. Like we believe the details matter incredibly. And here's Kyle Shield, he says, this is the one. This cable surely is the greatest one I've ever had. He said, now this is really interesting. I've had at least 8 years of cell phone sales under my belt. So this is someone who's like, been in the professional USB market, working at Verizon and AT&T, and I've never seen a better cable. And just to do a couple more, so 4.9 stars. We thought, well, come on, 4.9. If we got it, how hard can it be? So these are the actual statistics that we've found about achieving 4.9. So first of all, the average ratings in home and kitchen on Amazon, 4.1, electronics 4, office products, again, about 4, cell phones and accessories, 3.8. So those are the average scores in those categories, just according to our research. So we decided to try and find out how rare is 4.9. And I know I'm kind of hammering this point, but it's the heart and soul of our organization. There's plenty of Blair stuff out there. We were like, remember my question, what if we made the best smartphone cable? So here's our analysis. Review Meta, which is a company that specializes in doing an overall meta assessment of the reviews on Amazon. They will tell you that only 8% of products have a 4.7 star. Only 4% have a 4.8 star. Okay, there's a lot of people in the kind of low to middle 4s. So here's the distribution graph. Now, I'm not a mathematician, but I think it's what's this called? It's called a percentile graph, right? And if you zoom in on this area, on the 4.9 area here, okay, you get an idea of how vanishingly few products meet this criteria. It's kind of the top 1%, give or take. So we feel very, very proud that our first product is out there. In total, as a company, we've shipped about a little over 50,000 units now. The bulk of those are this product, Magfast Lux, and we just couldn't be more pleased and more excited with the results. So I'll just put it on screen one more time. So I clicked in the wrong place there. We Love Travel, ladies and gentlemen, coming up on March the 30th. But let me just show you a nice close up of Lux one more time. Here it is, Magfast Lux is available on Amazon, available on our website. If you do nothing else, get one of these in your hands, because it is the best. It is America's highest rated smartphone cable. So hopefully that gives you a little kind of flavor of who we are and the way we like to kind of approach stuff. It's cost us this sort of this determination to produce something truly exceptional. Has we've carried a burden for that. It's taken longer to develop a bunch of the products. It's taken more time. It's cost more money. But this is the result now that we get our philosophy into the field, and every detail is. I mean, here's the. I don't know if you can see the reflections and stuff. Here's the packaging for Lux. The thing is absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful collateral inside. And if you read the comments at any length, people just talk about. They go, I just love holding it in my hand, because the thing is so, as well as being beautiful, the thing is just so kind of silky and incredible. If I take one of the highest rated competitors and crunch it up in my hand and let go of it, it kind of looks like this. You see this? If I take us and crunch it up and let it go, it just falls. It's just very, very silky, and it falls out. So people just love, people have it on their desks, I think, and just going to play with it while they're in meetings. All right. So anyway, that was a bunch of time, but I hope it gives folks who don't know us kind of just a feeling for the enthusiasm we have and the care and the love that we're putting into these products.
And I think the reviews are particularly compelling in light of the fact that reviews skew negative. It takes a lot of activation energy for a customer to do anything, and it tends to be a bad experience that incentivizes a response or review. Getting positive reviews out of the way, I don't know how many times people have asked for a really good review and I thought they did fantastic work, but it takes some doing. So I think that's a really, if people don't know that reviews skew negative generally. Am I thinking about that right?
If you do nothing, I mean, so here's the thing: we would never write a review, but we do best practices, which is to ask our customers, our family, please give an honest assessment of us. We never incentivize. We never incentivize. Give us a 5. We would never do anything like that. But we do say, us. Would you be kind enough to just go give a review? And you know what? Occasionally someone goes and gives us a hot red star and says we're monsters, but there are not very many of them. And those numbers I gave, the 4.7, 4.8, 4.9, for the company overall, and all of the Lux reviews are even out at 4.9, which is really something. Yeah. So.
No, it's spectacular. And I know, one of the things I like to talk to, especially with potential investors and current investors, lots of folks in Q&A saying, thanks for the opportunity to invest. They're so grateful to be part of the Magfast family, and they want to continue to support you. Looks like in perpetuity, which you love to see. But for folks who are unfamiliar, who are some of the other folks in their team? Who are you as an individual, Seymour? I know Rex is here, Michael's here. Michael and I are on the same beach, but I don't know them all that well. Let's get to know the rest of the team a little bit better.
Well,
if we could.
You've heard enough of me. Rex, why don't you talk about the kind of the team and how it's come together and so on?
Yeah, I'll talk about the team for a little while, because I think the team is a reason that we're all here. And by the way, I'm responding as quickly as I can to the questions that are coming in. Michael, if you'd like to take a few of them while I'm chit-chatting, then please go ahead, because your opportunity to have some fun with your fingers. So the answer is that, there are a bunch of characteristics of the team. One thing to mention is this is very much a kind of everywhere team, Eric. There are people everywhere. As you can see, I'm right down the road from the Golden Gate Bridge, and indeed I am. And in fact, I see in here that Betty, you're from Redwood City, and so am I. So maybe
hey,
I'll see you in Whole Foods one of these days. So anyway, so the team is an everywhere team, quite extraordinary. In fact, one of the characteristics of the Magfast team is that we started this kind of very virtual model in the very, very kind of early days, well before Zoom was really a thing, before the pandemic had come along and forced people out of their offices. Magfast was already people working from home doing their thing. And I think that one of the reasons that that's been very important for us as a company is that you really can find the very best specialists. I mean, look at Michael on his beach in Florida. I will tell you that beach is in Florida, just in case you weren't aware. In Florida, Michael is the perfect person, at least so we believe. Michael is the perfect person to be heading up digital marketing. If we had to find everybody in Silicon Valley nowadays, it would be pretty tough. Of course, I'm the perfect person to be doing the kind of range of crazy things. Yes, thank you, Eric. Seymour's looking completely nonplussed by that. But Seymour can pick people from wherever. He has people in Eastern Europe, he has people in Europe, he has people in China and in the Philippines. And it means that not only is the company, the everywhere team, able to deliver round the clock customer care, but also it means that he can choose the person that is the obvious candidate, the very best candidate to do the things, regardless of which particular back bedroom they happen to be sitting in, right? We have a huddle every morning. So this very dispersed team gets together and gets the rah-rah from Seymour on a daily basis. So end of day for people, in certain time zones, beginning of day for us on the West Coast. And frankly, it kind of works remarkably well. So great team, very diverse, very much everywhere, a lot of great specialists. I think having, worked in many companies over my history, because I'm here in Silicon Valley and get to work with a whole range of companies. I used to run Accelerator for companies. I reckon this is one of the most cohesive and kind of specialized teams that you could get for a company like this.
Yeah, Rex didn't toot his own horn too much there, but the last decade, he ran an accelerator, a clean tech accelerator that was helping to grow companies that that are introducing tech, often energy tech, to the helps to green the world. It's like 1,000 companies went through there. So Rex has, and he's done startups of his own in the past. Where he and I have known each other for 3 decades now, and I was very flattered that he would join us. But I just want to say one more thing about the team. I'm really proud of the fact that how many folks are involved now? It's depending on how you count involved, kind of full-time or part-time, but we're up to kind of 2 or 3 dozen folks now in total, with certainly a couple of dozen pretty much full-time. And I can think of only 2 people who've left, one of whom was having we love her dearly, had some significant medical challenges at the time and didn't feel that the intensity of the work was appropriate. And someone else who'd only joined us temporarily and was moving with her husband, and an opportunity came up in another city. And those are the only people I can think of who have ever kind of chosen to leave. There've been a couple of other people who weren't quite right, who we moved on and wish well, but the kind of the heart, I think, is kind of incredible in the wouldn't you say, Michael? I mean, we worked together in a previous company, right?
That's right. I would have to say, I think that comes from the top, right? So again, just going back to what Rex was sharing, we meet every morning. We're in this virtual new world, but there's this opportunity to really work together and to be very, very effective. And so because we have, Seymour in the leadership role that he's in, not only is he kind of the genius behind our technology and our innovation and our ideation, but he's also the person who really projects this sense of family, and it really does feel like a family. And so it's special, and that speaks to why we're able to keep our people so long. And just from a financial and a business point of view, that could not be more important in a virtual environment, because you need people inspired and in love with what you're doing in order to keep them on the team, but also to keep them incredibly efficient, from the day to day. So it's really powerful. Yep. And having the opportunity that I've had to work with Seymour in the past and to have the opportunity to come back and do it again has just been immeasurable when it comes to, our execution and my personal joy for being a part of this campaign.
Thank you, Mikey. Hey, Eric, I know you've got a bunch of questions stacked up. I asked Michael in for a reason, and I'm wondering, could we just stay with him for just for a minute or two? So, I'm trying to think how to condense it all down into a couple of minutes. The average person online, scrolling through Facebook, scrolling through websites, you know how much they scroll through in the average day? If you were to like add together, or if you were to kind of scotch tape together all of the screens one after another, it's the height of the Statue of Liberty. Every day, average person. Michael runs our digital marketing. That means he has to stand out in that environment. I mean, that means as people are going through all of that every day, he has to kind of pop out and get people into our environment. And folks who know the digital marketing area will know that this was made an order of magnitude more difficult a couple of years ago by some of the privacy changes that Apple introduced that essentially shut down a lot of Facebook's dirty tricks, but also its advertiser friendly tricks. And I just thought maybe you could just talk to a minute about that, Michael, about what you've been doing since you arrived, because it takes time and Facebook can be fickle, but some of the results have been really spectacular. And I'm here to tell everybody, when you're assessing the risk of certainly this business and many other online businesses, marketing's what brings the money in. Like there's three ways of getting money. The bank can give it to you. They're going to want it back again. An investor can give it to you, and it's entirely appropriate that young companies bring in investment capital. But what you really want to do is sell things to your customers. And these days, that is heavily driven by digital marketing. And that's right. That's Michael's arena.
That's exactly right. And so Seymour touched on this slightly, and we've experienced this over the past couple of years as Apple released some of their I would call it anti-small business measures in relationship to Facebook, because I am a digital marketer, and I do believe that what gives small businesses, small companies, the ability to compete with some of these larger corporations is the ability to advertise successfully on these platforms like Facebook and Google. And so what they give you the ability to do, and the reason that you can compete as people are scrolling through the amount of social media that they do every day, it's so incredibly important to stand out in order to compete with some of these larger entities like Coca-Cola or Microsoft. And so the ability to stand out is very challenging because, as you know, people have very short attention spans. So we've been able to, in a very short time, develop marketing materials and advertising that we've been able to turn around and produce incredibly successful ROIs in a very short time. So not only do we have the ability as a small team to develop these ads, but we have the ability to reach an enormous amount of people, and really bring people into our environment, to get people not only to enjoy the products that we currently have, but to invest in our future products. And because of platforms like Facebook and Google, we've been very successful at that, and being able to be very nimble and create lots of variations of our advertising. We've been very successful in doing so. So I've only had the opportunity to be here since September, and since then we've been able to drive down our cost to acquire a new customer, and drive people into kind of our Magfast world, in ways that we just haven't been able to in the past since the Apple updates. And so having seen what we've been able to do in such a short time gives me incredible confidence about what we're going to be able to do through 2023 and beyond. And it's pretty extraordinary and exciting what we've been able to accomplish in a very short time, and what we're in the process of accomplishing throughout the year.
The beauty is that just around the time Michael came in, Lux started to ship, and the beauty of this is, it's a premium case. It's $37. You can buy. I mean, the competitor I showed you here still doesn't look that great. This expensive competitor, does it? This is $35. We're at 37. Most people buy kind of a 4-pack and get a little bit of a break on ours. But you can go online and buy a crappy cable for $3, $5. I mean, you can so cables don't have to. But, and this is also interesting in terms of the reviews. People will often write in the reviews on Amazon, this product is fine, but it's way too expensive, and they'll ding you and they'll take you down to 3 stars or 2 stars or whatever. No one's saying that about this. So people are paying $37 and loving it. And the beauty is that whilst not everyone will pay 37, everybody has a smartphone. Everybody has a smartphone. So this is the Lux is able to put us in front of an enormous audience. And what's the size of the Facebook audience that our newest campaign is going to, Michael? This is truly astonishing.
Yeah, so this is one of the things that excited me the most about Lux. And so again, you can open up another browser window right now, go to Amazon, search Lux, Magfast Lux, and you can see the 4.9 star reviews. And because of that, we've been able to take that advantage back to Facebook, back to Google, and share this with people, and we're just blowing their mind. So, one of the most recent advertising campaigns that we launched is going out to 230 million people, and we're seeing just extraordinary results where we've been able to, I don't know if you want me to share return on ad spend here, but it's been extraordinary.
Proprietary information, but
but it's been extraordinary. The results that we've seen to these massive audiences. And so, I've been running Facebook ads for almost 10 years. I've generated 100 million in revenue for clients. And what we've seen is that you have to focus on very narrow audiences when you've got specific products that only a few people would be interested in. And so the fact that we can advertise to, in the 250 million person range, just here in the United States alone, it just shows you the size of this market and what we've been able to do in a very short time. Advertising to this market it's kind of blowing my mind, but I want to be, I don't want to go overboard with my enthusiasm, but it's just incredible.
So this is the first time we've done a raise with Michael here. Rex and I have been with Eric a couple of times before, so we've read all of the SEC rules and regulations. So I should say, our excitement at the moment is genuine, but it is not a guarantee of a safe investment. You should consider all of the risks, all of which are laid out for you at Net Capital. And please, with us or anyone else, you should never invest a penny that you can't afford to lose. We want you sleeping properly. If you're able to join us, I think the minimums are $100 or something. If you're able to join us and put a little bit in, we'd love to have you here. If you're able to do 1,000 or 2,000, we saw in the video, we'd love to do that. But we're excited. We get up every day jazzed. We think it can go there, but it's not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed. Oh, and I just wanted to do one other calibration from what Michael said just now. Just to be clear, it's not 230 million people seeing our ads every day, but the audience that Facebook is now making available. Right, it's not when the ad, Facebook then decides who to put it in front of. But we used to be looking at audiences of 3 million and 5 million and 4 million and this and the other. We're now looking at this enormous audience, and as Michael said, that's just North America. And guess what? cables are small and light, and they can be shipped anywhere in the world. So we're planning to go to many other territories soon. Where, as it happens, I don't have the image here, but we have Magfast is trademarked in. There's a map of the whole world, and it's like it's kind of 60-70% of it by area anyway is trade. So we have the registered trademark, design patents pending on the cable, issued Magfast Air. Here's the white one. The black one is the gift, obviously, for investors at the moment. Has a design patent, and we have other stuff pending and so on. So it's we take the intellectual property side of it, protecting all of this, very seriously as well.
Well, if I can jump in for a quick moment, one of the things that I love about hosting webinars with Seymour and the rest of the team here is that commitments to compliance and regulatory disclosure. So I love that, appreciate that. Yes, do go get yourself informed, invest if you're so inclined to, but like all early stage asset classes or all early stage investments, this is a riskier asset class. So I do appreciate those disclosures. I want to dig into the intellectual property in a moment, because I feel like there's a crossroads for startups between just trying to win market share and compete versus kind of investing in intellectual property and trying to build a defensible moat. So I want to get into intellectual property in just a moment. But before I do that, there's just such a massive emphasis on premium quality. And I know lots of folks, when you're talking about a larger kind of mass market consumer electronic, the kind of the incentive is towards lower quality and selling more volume versus, if you're targeting a smaller market, maybe it's a higher quality, smaller market. But this is a massive market opportunity, but you still emphasize quality. And I know that's so core to your DNA. Can you talk a little bit more about why that is?
Look, it's a very simple example, but back in the day, we all had sort of pretty cheap phones, and then Apple said, you know what, maybe people would like to have really, really good phones. And I think that's an example of a super mass market product that's super premium. I mean, if you look at your iPhone, and by the way, sorry, on the subject of Apple, their cable is rated 4.7 stars. Right. And in order to make a cable for Apple, we have to do it through them. Well, because we're a member of their MFI program, right? So our lightning cable is where is it here? Yeah. So this is the lightning cable, and this little badge, which is probably far too small for you to see, but it says the made for iPhone thing. So we have to buy the tip from them. Doubles the cost of the cable in the box. We don't charge anymore for it. That's $37 for the C2C or for the. So we charge the same. We absorb that because we've got the margins in there to do it. But yeah, Apple have shown that if you actually create something that is really great, people will pay for it. And we're okay. We don't. I mean, tiny fractions of the cable market. I forget the exact statistic. We had it in a presentation I gave a couple of months ago, but you can have 1%. Well, we can work it out. What was the USB charging market that I showed on the screen just now? Was it 30 billion? I think, wasn't it, on its way to? What was the number?
The most recent number was in the 50 billion, but
yeah, I want to say
yeah, but in 2000, I think you were down to like 2 billion, or was it 2000 and something? It was like,
so it's on a tear from. So I'm just trying to find my slide again here. It was the slide that I showed a little bit earlier on. Come on, where are you? Oh, here we go.
Yeah, I think it was two to yeah.
This is it. So the USB cable market is on its way up to 54 billion in 2030. That's according to one of the respected research firms. All right. So 1% of that market is $500 million. All right. Now I know. It's the classic thing. Entrepreneurs go, "Oh, if we could only." Well, but honestly, what else are you going to say? I mean, 1% is a reasonable target for a company with the very best product available in the category. I think more than that is possible. But supposing you fell really well short of that, instead of getting 1%, you only got 1/10 of 1%. You'd still be doing $50 million a year, just in that one category, and you can take a multiple of that for the valuation of the company. So none of this is promised, but that gives you a flavor of the kind of way that we think about it.
Well, and again, Seymour,
Yeah.
to your point earlier, focusing on the premium product market. And so there are a lot of companies that will advertise on Amazon, they'll create products, and it's sort of a commodity pricing where they're pricing their way to the bottom and competing for that. And our goal has always been to establish the best products in the market and position ourselves in that premium space.
Yep. And we're getting, I mean, we sort of have two parts of the business. We have the shipping now cables, and we have the kind of pre-order, back order chargers. Our average order value I'll do both of them for you in round numbers. Our average order value in the pre-order charger market is well over $400 per order. People buy chargers at the airport. They pay like $20 for them, $25. So the average order value in the industry is kind of $25, $30. Ours in the charger part of the business is over 400 for real. Statistics going back years on that. Now we're in the Lux business, the USB cable market. Again, what's the average order value? I don't know, 10. I mean, I actually don't know. One of these days we should spend $7,000 on one of those thick industry reports. But you buy a cable, it's $10. You buy 7 cables for 20. So our average at the moment is high 30s, around, it's between $35 and $40 is our average order value at the moment in the cable market. And that's with a promotion where without going into too much detail, what we've got is a lot of people only getting one or getting a promotional item. Of the people who are actually truly buying in there, we're getting people most hours, many times a day, people are coming in and spending well over $100 because they're buying 3, 4, 5 cables. So we've always been about let's have a premium product, let's earn the extra money, and then let's point out that one cable isn't really enough. You want 5, so let's sell you 5 of the best in the world rather than just one.
I love it. And the world will continue to catch up to USB-C to USB-C, I believe, as well. I love that this is the highest possible charging experience in terms of the device level. And I'm not sure if people fully appreciate the advantage to USB-C over Lightning. Even the Lightning was a great product when it was first introduced.
Let's spend a minute. So this thing is USB-C that you can see over my shoulder here. Other than Apple, all phones, I don't know, the last 5. I don't even know how long it is now. Have all had this, whether or not you knew it. But there's still a lot of the old USB-A. Do I have one here? But there's still a lot of stuff with the old, the thin letterbox USB. Still a lot of plugs and outlets have that. So what we thought was, well, we only want to sell the cable of the future, right? We want people to have when you spend your $37 or whatever it is with us. We by the way, we lifetime warranty as well, which people go crazy for lifetime warranty. So you've got a lifetime warranty on this thing, so it's beautiful, and you're going to have it for years and years and years and years and years. We even help if you lose it, you can get in touch with us, and we really do look after our customers on this. But you've still got these outlets around the house that are the old standard. So everybody gets a free. Can I get this in front of the camera? Can you see this well enough? So this is a USB-A adapter for the old outlet that you've got around your house. Look at that, and it goes on, and people just go crazy for this. I'm like, oh, I see. I can invest for the future and still be compatible with the other stuff I have around my house. We don't know anyone else who does it. I think in the leaflet here, maybe you can better see it in this. That's the leaflet that comes inside, but you can see there's this free adapter here that comes with it, and customers just go nuts for it. It's part of the premium positioning. You buy your $5.
From a marketing perspective as well, I think it's really important too, because we do offer so many additional benefits that you're not going to get with a non-premium cable. But also from a marketing perspective, the box is so beautiful that it's really something that you can gift. And so what we tend to do is make these offers in bundles as well. So you get people buying 3, 4, 5 of these beautiful boxes. They're gifting them. It's just extraordinary. Like, it makes my life a whole lot easier when I'm advertising.
Yeah, because we think until we came along, who would ever give a cable as a Christmas gift? I mean, it would be like, okay, divorce papers coming on Monday type of thing. And we had, when we launched on Indiegogo, which was to our existing mailing list, that's why we had such a great first day, was we launched it to our list. We launched it on Indiegogo. That average order was up 175, I think it was, on Indiegogo, something like that. And the average number of cables was kind of ups and fives and sixes. And we know that a lot of those were people, we promised them in time for Christmas, people getting in time for Christmas, they were gifting them out for Christmas. And that's part of our strategy as well, because now other people are seeing how great the quality is. And this is important for investors to understand. What we have is a whole series of benefits, right? Lost and found, lifetime warranty, the whole fingerprint, the series of benefits that you get when you register. So now people are buying 5, gifting 4 of them. When folks come to register the cable, they then become a customer of ours at the point of registration. We can now offer them. So it's part of the way that we get to spread it out. So our strategy is, we think we can make a lot of money with Lux, but we also think that it's worth getting Lux into people's hands. So we're looking at kind of, Rex has done some work on the corporate distribution deals where a company will buy 50,000 cables for their employees, not at the full rate for each one, but as long as our costs are properly covered, we've now expanded the number of Magfast customers, and then they're all coming in to register with us, and we get to grow the direct-to-consumer business.
Yeah, there's quite a big opportunity which is untapped. In fact, there are many markets for these products which haven't really been touched yet. I mean, there's the market, for people who are looking for something right now, which we haven't managed to touch with existing charger products because they're still on a backlog, and many people are asking about that, and that is very, very fair comment. But there's plenty of opportunity in the B2C space through retail and other opportunities. But the B2B space, so business to business, is a whole arena. And what Simon was referencing there is, there are opportunities. For example, we've been contacted many times by fleet owners who are saying, I'd like an Extreme to put in the glove box of my entire fleet, particularly in kind of industrial and field operations where people, for example, are out, utilities and they want something which can start the car. There is the wonderful Extreme, which will probably be out of its box in the glove box. And then there's an opportunity that we have, because the products have been designed for customization from the outset, so to do customized versions for corporate gifts and the like, and those things tend to happen. So there's a whole range of other things which we won't be talking about yet, but B2B style things, and then business to government, the B2G space, which will also come. But for those of people who are going to ask, well, when are we going to get ours and so on and so forth, we are very much focused on B2C. We're very much focused on ramping production to ensure that everyone's needs are met, first of all, with the markets that we're operating in right now.
Yeah.
No, that makes a ton of sense. But I do appreciate, though, although the emphasis on direct-to-consumer B2C, it is helpful to think about the business-to-business applications and business-to-government. Access to battery, having a charge is like almost like a prerequisite. It's like part of existence now at this point. I don't know if it's just me, but I constantly have access to battery packs and making sure that I can always be online. But again, I don't think that's uniquely my experience. I think other folks have probably resonated with them as well. We are getting to a couple more minutes here, and I don't want to lose track of this. I think it's super interesting in the way that you guys have thought about intellectual property. That fingerprint, I'm so glad you took a deep dive into that and how that is an opportunity to kind of acquire customer data in a way that's meaningful, because lots of folks will encourage a registration of a product, but there's no real incentive. There is no give back for that data transfer. So I love that, really thoughtful about making sure that there is extra value for taking that extra step. But in terms of the trademarks and patents and things, lots of early stage companies lose track of that early on. Can you talk about why that was an important piece of your growth strategy, even this early in the business?
Yeah, I think we were just fortunate that we fell in with a good IP guy. Actually, in the old company, part of our story was that my original idea in charging came in 2013. Had an idea for a product, launched it on Indiegogo, grew too quickly, didn't bring in the investment capital. and ran out of cash, which of course is always a risk for companies. But in the course of that, we met and worked with a guy called Steve Barnes. We've actually had him as a guest on our, because we do our own live streams most weeks. Steve's fantastic, super smart, has worked with Fortune 500, Fortune 100 companies. One of the nicest things he ever says about us is that he feels like that we approach intellectual property, just for anyone who doesn't know, so that means trademarks, design patents, utility patents, that we take those kind of way more seriously than most small companies do. We approach it more like a Fortune 500 company. Look, I mean, we're obviously going to put our best foot forward in a forum like this. We're not perfect. We make mistakes. Developing the charger products has taken too long. But what we've tried to do all the time is to have building blocks that once we secure them are permanent strength to the company. We've actually had 3 instances of trademark violation. I'm trying to remember. One was on shoprite.com. One was on not Indigo, on Kickstarter. Where was the third one? I'm just trying to remember. Oh, on a Shopify shop. And in each of those instances, people were causing at the best causing confusion in the market, at worst pretending to be us. And we were able to get those. We were able to get a Shopify site taken down and the other material removed. That's trademarks. So that's the registered R. Magfast is widely trademarked in the UK. In the UK, Europe, much of Africa, the United States. We just got Brazil just joined a couple of months ago, as I think I mentioned earlier. But we also have trademarks. Lux trademark is underway. It was actually Steve, our trademark attorney, who suggested the name Lux, and we'll always be grateful to him because naming products is very, 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 very hard to do. And we're particularly pleased with the now registered in Europe trademark we have for the product, the secret product we will be launching on March the 30th, because it's a doozy of a name. It's like how we got it, I will never ever know, because it's unbelievable that we managed to get this name. We have a registered trademark for the travel product, and we've managed to secure a name that I've got goosebumps just thinking about it. But anybody who has a feeling for kind of world travel, right? We've managed to secure a name that just has this incredibly rich kind of travel history to it, but is not being used in the area where we want to launch. So we were able to get it. We were able to get a kind of trademark, and we're discussing. We're optimistic with the American trademark folks. They tend to take longer, but we have it in Europe, and we're going to unveil that on March the 30th at our big We Love Travel event. Yeah.
So make sure that you mark your calendar. Make sure that you're aware of this update, because that's going to be an interesting experience. Last couple of minutes. Thanks so much for digging deep into the IP piece. I think that means more to me than others, but for other folks, hopefully that was helpful. Let's talk about.
I was talking about trademarks mostly there, but 3 issued design patents, 2 issued utility patents, 3 designs pending, 2 utilities pending. Serious work across the portfolio. Yeah. And
it's not easy. These things take months and years to kind of provisionally be granted and then ultimately granted. So yeah, that's kind of a forever journey in intellectual property, and it's a strategy. A whole class is dedicated to protecting different assets in different regions. In these last couple of minutes, let's get to the important facts here. How many Lux chargers did Amy get for Valentine's Day? Go.
Amy got 0, but she got what did she get? She got a night out. I got her. This is my wife, Amy. For those who don't know, we got a night out for a young group called Rachel and Vilray in Brooklyn. Coming up, I saw them on the Stephen Colbert Late Show the other day. Thought they were fantastic, so I got tickets for that. And there was also a lovely brooch that my secret sources told me she wanted, so she got that as well. So I think we landed the plane on that.
Are you going to show the beanie, Seymour?
The beanie is not here. She knitted me a beautiful beanie, which was the for my team who arrived half an hour before this, I actually was wearing when I entered this room, but
it's a thing of great loveliness, which is not necessarily the thing you should say about the thing underneath the beanie when we walked into the room, but the beanie is very beautiful.
All right.
No, I kid.
What else have we got?
Yeah. I mean, so this is down to the last minute, and folks have been coming into the Q&A. Thank you so much for joining. I'm not sure if there were other specifics that we want to dig into, but I think you did a really good job covering kind of the problem solution. The market sizing, I think, is pretty transparent. The business model, you did talk about kind of like average order sizes, and I'm not sure if you want to dig too deep into profit margins and things like that. So I'd love to welcome any more folks that want to ask specific questions into the Q&A. Please feel free to do that. I'll also use this as an opportunity to do my shameless plug, which is I'm here joined with the Magfast team. And as always, they're actively raising capital on the Net Capital platform right now. So you can go ahead and go to netcapital.com and search Magfast. You can go into chat where I added a direct link. That's netcapital.com/companies/Magfast. And of course, review the information, consider your risk profile. And then if you are so inclined, you can invest through the portal. Are there things, and I think I saw you, Michael, kind of starting to kind of peek your hand out there, like you wanted to add something during the trademark conversation. Because I imagine these strong signature marks, trademarks, and patents, and even the pending things, those probably help advance the marketing efforts as well. If I can imagine.
Absolutely right. And the fact that we have a system that works together, I mean, that's really one of the key factors here. And you're able to have patents that allow you to have this. I mean, we call it the magic of magnets, right? It's this beautiful technology where you can take, these in our competition, they have lots of different types of chargers. But when you create a system, so this is what we often think of as, the ability to. It's like Apple, right? So if you have an iPhone, you're much more likely to buy a Mac. If you have a Mac, you're much more likely to buy an iPhone. So creating this sort of system and having patents around it makes it a very special product, and it gives us a really interesting edge when it comes to our marketing capabilities.
I got a couple of slides here that talk to this a little bit. Here's a kind of very rough business school 101 kind of market map for our product strategy. So broadly, you've got kind of higher end and which way around am I? Lower end and higher end. Like most people, normally when I'm in Zoom, I have like a mirror of myself, but when I have slides, I don't have a mirror, and then I don't know where I'm pointing the whole time. So low end, high end, and you can see there's zillions of no-name brands down there. You've got Belkin in the middle there, you've got Anker, you've got other people towards the top end. Right. So we're obviously going to be at the higher end. But what we figured out a while ago was that the opportunity, we think that the market map isn't just low end to high end. It looks more like this, which is that there's this system strategy, which is that all of the pieces fit together. That's what Michael was talking about just now. When you have this ecosystem strategy, it means that if people have bought one of our chargers, this isn't when people get the cables, right? They don't magnetically connect. They plug in, but they don't magnetically connect to our other products. This is just the brand play. This is, oh my God. And you actually saw one of the testimonials just then. If they make this so beautifully, I can't even imagine what their charges will be. So this is a classic brand play where people now trust the brand and they'll go to something else. But if they get, but when folks have got Magfast Life, they carry this around and see how fantastic it is for a little while. If they're thinking of getting a charging stand for their desk, they'd be crazy to get anybody else. Look how beautifully they snap together. So this is the ecosystem strategy. And so we get to be premium in the ecosystem world. But, and I'm not sure whether the next slide covers it here. Let me just take a look. Yeah, we've designed that each of the products individually is designed to be best in class. This is a graphic that we made. We haven't. This is not a real award. But yeah, so Life is designed to be the best charger for every day, and Wall's designed to be the best charging hub for your home, and Air's designed to be the best wireless charging stand, and Extreme's designed to be the best charger for everything. And each of these could bring someone into the Magfast world, right? Because they could come in through, they could buy a home product or an office product or something for the car. And if we're best in class in each of these categories, we think the market map doesn't actually look for us like this, the potential addressable market, but it looks rather like this, where we get to compete with these other guys, right? What product by product. If we've got the best charging stand, we get to compete with these guys down here. But then because everything snaps together, we can take customers and move them up into this area where there's less competition. So that's our ecosystem strategy in a nutshell.
And ecosystem is critical. People do point to Apple as kind of like the archetype for this. You
Sure.
do get kind of worked in. My watch unlocks my computer, and my pods connect to my laptop, all that good stuff. One of the things that seems interesting with home here, and I don't know the answer to this, and you'll have to be careful asking questions you don't know the answers to. So feel free to tell me to cluck off, and we don't have to answer it. But let's just say you're open to answering this question. Are you talking with any home builders for the kind of trying to either retrofit previously built homes or new developments of incorporating the Magfast products directly into the home, the wall specifically?
So I mean, the answer is no, because these aren't sort of in-house fitted products. These are portable products. But that's the surface level of that question. I think the deeper level of that question is: are you looking into to partnerships that can get you mass adoption? And the answer is that's not our most active area at the moment. We're working on our consumer funnel at the moment, but absolutely, we spoke earlier about finding deals with. It's a huge market for just for companies that buy for everybody on their workforce, government and so on. So these are ways that we can go mass as well. And the beauty is, and repeating myself here, but the beauty with Lux is, whilst our cable costs significantly more to manufacture than other people's cables because it's really, really good, it still only costs a small proportion of the overall sales price. So there's quite a good amount of margin in there. So we're able, we can do these deals that get more of them out there in volume and bring people into the Magfast family.
Yeah, absolutely. Corporate gifting, fleet management. Love the fleet management component. That feels like such a no-brainer. And I think because you built in that fingerprint and tracking and being able to keep accountability of the products over time, I think that's a real kind of hand in hand with fleet management.
Yep.
Closing remarks, folks. I think people are just gladly staying on extra. Usually I try to pride myself on starting on time and ending on time, but folks look like they're eager for more. Still over 100 folks on the line here. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining and asking your questions.
Yes,
Seymour, anything you want to kind of bring us home with here? I'm happy to. The world is your oyster.
You know what? I did just notice that I do in fact have the intellectual property map available, because we have now thousands of slides and you never know which ones you've got available anyway. But yeah, but this one we do have. So we have some intellectual property cover in all of these. And if you look at the areas with respect, I've spent much time in Africa. My eldest daughter actually spent the first 10 years of her life in Africa and grew up. So I love the African continent, but from an intellectual property point of view, it is not at this time the most important territory to be in. We've got certain areas of Africa, as you can see, but that's a lot of coverage for a young company, and we're just working to kind of build it out all the time. But as you said, it's a journey, not a destination, or something, right? What was the phrase you used, Eric? It's like it's an ongoing business building your IP portfolio.
No, that's absolutely right, and I do apologize, Michael. I did leave you. I departed from the beach. I'm calling in from my old stopping ground.
That is so unfriendly, Eric. Come on, man.
No, Net Capital HQ. I had to work in the graphics back in there just for a moment as we conclude here. Thank you so much for hunting down that IP. That is really great graphic to really appreciate the way that you're thinking about intellectual property. You have no disrespect to regions that haven't been covered yet. That's all part of the expansion plan, I imagine.
No, absolutely. I mean, there's also IP work is expensive. I mean, I actually don't have the total with me now, but if I were to guess, we're in the several hundreds of thousands of dollars invested in that in total since we started. And it's a very kind of important ongoing investment. So no one else can make a charger that looks quite like this, right? And if it looks too much like this, we can take them to court and extract our pound of flesh, as the old Shakespearean expression goes. I've got this. This is the first frame of the video that I showed earlier, Eric. again, marketer at heart. I was thinking maybe when you're ready to say goodbye, maybe we could play the film one more time to wind this baby up. Huh?
Oh, wow, yeah, I mean, you make a host's job so easy. So let's do this then. I'm going to give my thank yous. I'm going to do a final shameless plug here, and then we'll head over to that clip one more time. So thanks again, everybody, for joining, especially the attendees. Thank you for engaging and being interactive. Somebody even complimented my chair in here. Took that personally. Thank you.
Great chair.
Anonymous attendee. Really appreciated that. And so, as always, actively raising capital when we do these live Q&As. I'm going to add a link to that into the chat one more time. netcapital.com, search Magfast, or directly in the link through chat. That's netcapital.com/companies/Magfast. Review, do your research, and if you're so inclined, you can invest. Join the Magfast revolution here. So thank you so much for our panelists as well. Michael, Rex, always good. Seymour, a seminal professional.
You're the man. Thank you.
Oh no, I'm just grateful to be a little part of the team and helping grow this phenomenal company, in my opinion, in my humble opinion. So that being said, this I'm certain has been recorded. We will make sure that this is available on the Net Capital YouTube. I'll add a link to that account right now, and that is going out in chat right there. Or you can go to YouTube and search Net Capital. This will be made available shortly after that. The good folks at Magfast will make this available probably yesterday. I think this probably went up. You know, you guys are so good at making.
I believe we were what's it called, simulcasting on all of our channels. So yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Yep. I'm seeing myself on multiple screens here now. That's super exciting. And so with all that being said, I'm going to hand it back over to you, Seymour. Go ahead and bring us home with that beautiful video.
Yeah, I just wanted to say thanks to everyone. If investing in Magfast is right for you, here are the goodies that we've got, the little bonuses for investors that we've got at the moment. This is the all-new Investors Limited Edition Magfast Air in premium piano black. Beautiful glossy contours enclose a powerful dual-coil, Qi-certified premium wireless charging system for all your Android, Apple, and other devices. Place one horizontally or vertically, and instantly our induction system communicates with it to maximize power delivery and ensure a safe, fast charge. Designed for lifetime durability and fun, this stand doesn't fold down or flip out. It snaps firmly, magnetically, and fast. Magfast, both onto the back for simple storage and underneath to stand on your desk or countertop. Air's precision geometry is calibrated to position your devices at a perfect 69-degree viewing angle to maximize your productivity. By now, you already have many micro USB cables like this, but the future is USB-C like this, so Air accepts either when you want to power it by itself. And of course, we plant a tree for every Magfast charger. Available neither in stores nor online, numbered limited edition Air in piano black is available only for a limited time as your gift when you'll invest $1,000 or more in Magfast. Invest $2,000 and you'll receive both piano black and alpine white limited editions in this beautiful boxed set. Visit invest.magfast.com now and invest in Magfast.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much again to all the attendees. Thank you so much for engaging with the Q&A. Feel free to visit the link where you can learn more and potentially invest. Thank you, Seymour. Go ahead and bring us home.
Thanks. I really appreciate everybody. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Rex. And a huge thank you to the guys at the guys at Net Capital. You really are a class act. We have in the past met with your competitors, and they really cannot. They cannot hold a candle to you. I was actually amusingly, I got a begging email from one of your competitors just the other night, and they got a polite reply saying we are not looking for another platform at this time because we love you guys so much. So thank you, Net Capital, and thank you for joining us and watching us today. If investing is right for you, we'd love to have you join the Magfast family.
Thank you so much for the kind words. Take care, everybody. Enjoy your evening.